Okay. Good. It's morning still. Okay. I can't ask you what. Are you a student or a teacher?
I'm a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach reading and writing.
How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching more than 40 years.
So would you say this is a passion of yours?
Oh, yes. This definitely is. I'm retired and I'm still teaching.
That's definitely a passion.
Uh-huh.
So how long did you know that before those 40 years, did you know you wanted to be a teacher?
When I was in 8th grade, I wanted to be a physical education teacher.
And then how did you get into reading and writing?
5 colleges, changing majors 5 times.
Wow. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
What brought you all the way over here to Cincinnati?
My dad's job during World War II was making airplanes. When the war was over, the factory closed. We moved to Toledo, Ohio. He went to an airplane factory there. We went to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, went to a factory there. They moved the nuclear airplane up to GE Evendale. I was here, graduated from high school. And then I went on to college.
So it seems as if you've experienced a lot in your life.
That's true.
What are some of the places that you've been?
Besides
Have you ever been any place outside of the U.S.?
Italy,
How was it there?
it was wonderful. I went on a pilgrimage for the Dominican Order and went to Rome and Assisi and other spots where famous Dominicans had been. I went this 700th year of the Dominican Order. I went with a bunch of Dominican members, and it was quite an experience.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, questions now. You're so interesting. You have so much to tell me.
In the United States, I went to the Olympic training camp for advanced ice hockey coaching back in '81, and because I coached ice hockey for 11 years. Arizona, I could live in Arizona. It is so beautiful out there.
It's hot.
So,
It's really hot.
yeah, it's hot, but it's dry heat.
So ice hockey. How do you?
My son, Phil Castellini, son of the owner of the Reds, brought a trophy to school, and my son wanted a trophy when he was 6 years old, and I said there was no way I was going to get into that.
Right.
Well, within 2 years I was coaching, and within a few more years I was one of the first 3 women in the country to go to the Olympic training camp for advanced hockey coaching. I ran hockey schools and clinics, and I started an audiovisual company to do hockey tapes with a professional hockey player.
What's the name of the company?
AHE, it's defunct now because I don't do it anymore. But
You should not be anonymous because you're a very accomplished
anybody
person.
that hears this will know who I am.
Right.
Okay.
So what would you say would be, aside from reading and writing, teaching, and physical education, what would you say would be an alternative? What would have been an alternative career for you?
I can't imagine not teaching.
So you've always
I
wanted to be
love
an educator?
picking on students, and the students I have know that.
Right.
Okay, I like the interaction. I like bringing a student who comes in with a certain level of education and seeing how far I can bring them during that time period that I have them to
Right.
try to get them to the next level.
So it's more than just a paycheck to you. It's an actual passion.
It's nice I get paid for what I like to do.
Right. I always say that.
Uh-huh.
Most people, they go for careers because of the money.
No,
But-
there's no money in this.
I know. I've known
it
that.
costs me to teach.
Right. How long have you been teaching here?
I've been here 8 years.
8 years. Do you like it here?
Oh, I love it here. I also teach at Middletown.
Really? You're the first person I've ever heard say they like it here in Cincinnati.
Oh, I love it. I love teaching here. It's just the people I work with are very professional, and they help you grow. And they let you participate in the programs and help create new programs.
Right.
And so you feel like you're a part of it. The people are friendly. We go out for dinner a couple of times a year, the people in my department, just to socialize because we just really get along. It's just a great environment. Plus the bakery's good too.
You can't complain with a good bakery.
That's right.
So, what are some things that you would say are on your bucket list before
Well, horseback riding was till I did that and broke my wrist and decided that I didn't have a death wish. So I would like to travel some more. I would really like to travel some more, but with my teaching schedule, it doesn't give me the opportunity. I'd like to spend more time with my grandchildren, which I don't get to do because of my schedule. So I'd like to spend more time with them.
In the case of traveling, if you do get a chance to travel, I would recommend you go to the Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm from.
The farthest south I've been is Atlanta or Montgomery. I've never been to Florida.
Really?
No, I had never any desire to go there because I'd rather go to Maine. If you've never been to Maine, you don't understand the rocky coast and the 40-foot sailboats and the ocean sailing.
I know the ocean because I'm from the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
So.
And my folks, when I was in my 20s, we used to race sailboats in the summer. Cooperstown, or they had a 20-foot Highlander. We would race. We went to Duxbury, Massachusetts, Ontario. We'd trailer the boat and race.
Right.
Well, I was back here teaching, and they would charter 40-foot sailboats down in the islands with other couples, and they go island hopping.
Right.
And so we have friends that 40-foot sailboats up in Maine, and so my ideal summer would be to go to Maine and just sail.
That's actually really nice.
That is, except most people have 40-foot sailboats, don't sail them that much, they tinker with them. You'll learn that about people with boats, particularly men. They like to putter around on the boats and tinker with it, and they say, "Are you ever going to go sailing?" Well, we may go out, but... But sailing is just an experience. If you've never done it, it's a real high.
What else would you consider to be an experience?
Going to the ocean, having run up my first 8 years in Long Island, just going to the ocean, sit on the sand, and hear the crash of the waves on the beach.
Seems like you're a very simple, laid-back person.
Right.
Well, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.